So what's up, you guys? This video is gonna be kind of quick, kind of to the point, I guess. I was about to go get something to eat, so I figured I'd make this video right quick while I'm thinking about it before I lower my truck in the next few weeks. So as y'all know, those that watch my videos or have watched my videos, my truck has a 2-inch or 2.5-inch, I can't remember which one it is, leveling kit from Rough Country. So I figure I'll go and tell y'all how it is with driving with it, since I've had it on for over a month. I put it on in August, on I think the 11th or the 12th. So I figure I would give you my impressions. You know, how does it ride? Does it change how it rides? Is the suspension stiffer? Stuff like that. So it was easy to put on. It took me 2 hours, which is what they said on the manual. It said it'd take about 1 to 2 hours, and it took about 2 hours. That's just because I ran out of tools. Some things that would probably be beneficial for you if you are going to put this kit on. If you're going to use a ratcheting wrench on the top bolts for the strut, I would. I highly recommend you do it. I think they're an 18. So I would use a ratcheting wrench that also has a flexible head at the end of it, or just take off this inner liner. I can't remember what size Torx bit these are. I think they're a T15, maybe smaller than that. Something like that. There's a lot of them. There's, you know, like one here, one there, one there, one there. And then there's some all along inside here. And then there's 3 across the bottom. So there's a few to take out. And then there's 2 little clips to pop out. Well, there's a bolt. There's a clip to pop out. I highly suggest taking that out. So that way you're not having to fight it to take those top nuts out. When I lower this truck in the next month, whenever the kit gets here, I'm going to take that out. It may seem like a bit of a pain in the ass now, but it'll definitely help and make the removal of the nuts a lot easier. So I'm going to definitely do that. There's nothing in the rear as far as, you know, lifting or anything like that. It's stock in the rear. The front's the only part that has the lift on it, or the leveling kit. That's all it comes with. If you buy something from Ready Lift with their SST kit, which is I think 3.5 inches, it's considered a level lift. Gives you, I think, a new strut, and it gives you a inch block to put in the rear. To be honest, you really don't need the block. It sits perfectly fine, because this still, it doesn't sit level. The ass end is still higher than the rear, the front of the truck. So if you're looking for a completely level stance, this kit is not for you. It does get rid of the stance a little bit, but it's still, like I said, it's still pretty high. This kit was 80 bucks. I think it was right at 80, 85, maybe $90 shipped to my house. So like I said, it's Rough Country. I've bought stuff from Rough Country before. I have their light bar and their brackets for my light bar on this truck. The light bar, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $200, maybe a little bit less than that. It's their 30-inch single row. And then I have their bumper brackets. The brackets were 50 bucks, and I put all that on myself. You do have to take the bumper off to install that. So there's a lot of screws to undo. There's a lot of shit to undo, and you have to pull the whole front piece off. And in the other trucks that are designed a little bit, the front ends are different than mine. The older ones, like the 2017s and all them, you could get brackets to where this actually is pushed back farther, so you don't have to cut those fins out that go across. But I cut mine out because that's the only way for it to fit, and it even says that in the instructions, is you have to cut those out. Let's see. That's really it. Like I said, there's other kits that you can buy. Like I know MaxTrax sells a kit, or some Supreme Suspensions sells one that I think is 3 inches in the front and 1.5 inches in the rear, or 2 inches in the rear. I can't remember. I didn't buy that because I didn't want to go that tall. And since I'm lowering it, there's no reason. I have a 3-inch leveling kit in my house, which I bought thinking I was going to want to lift it, but I've just decided not to. And sorry if I'm sniffling a lot. the weather's kind of shitty and it's going back and forth, so it's my allergies are not cooperating with me. So but yeah, I mean, other than that, it still doesn't really drive any different. I didn't get an alignment done. I probably should have, but I don't think it's a big enough amount to impact how it drives and the tire wear. And I mean, I'm not gonna have these tires on the rest of the time I have the truck. So, because like I've said in other videos, you can tell it is wearing on the shoulder a little bit. I mean, I can tell. So, but like I've said in other videos, I'm not going to be using these. Once I lower it and I get the money, I'm going to buy different wheels. So, and I know I've said 22s in my other videos, but I think 20s are probably going to be what I get, because 20s are a lot more easier to get. 22s are, for one, a lot more expensive. Like the 22s that I want are about $500 a piece, and that's not including tires. So, yeah. So, like I said, you know, if it's a nice kit for the money. It didn't take me that long to do it. My truck is also still relatively new and fresh, so I didn't have to fight with any bolts. Nothing broke, nothing got stuck. The only thing that I wouldn't say I had trouble with, but the ball joints on the driver's side, I didn't have to hit them with a hammer. They came apart with no issue. The passenger side, I did have to hit with a hammer. The upper ball joint I did, because it didn't want to come out very easily. So, but as far as that, that's really the only thing I had to fight with, I guess. I haven't had any other issues other than that. So, yeah. So there you go. There's my review. I think it's worth the money. Like I said, I mean, it was only 80 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than any other kits that I know of. Which, no, that's actually a lie, because the 3-inch leveling kit that I have that I bought off Amazon that's made for this truck was actually 60 bucks, I think. And it's 3 inches where this is 2 inches. So there you go. So there you go. There's my review of the Rough Country leveling kit and my impressions. I think it's worth the money. I would buy it if you want to lift it up a little, lift your truck up a little bit, but you don't want to do it in a considerable amount. If you go any higher, you are going to have to get the upper control arm and get a new one so that it fixes the ball joint angles, because you don't want them at a really steep angle. That's another reason why I'm lowering my truck, is because I don't want to have to deal with any of that. I'm not going to have to deal with any of that, because like I said, it'll be lowered. So the ball joint angle should be pretty good. But yeah, like I said, there you go. I hope this helps. I'm not really going to go through and show how to install it. I've already installed it. So there you go. There's my review. I hope to see you guys later.